Well, hello, everybody. And I left my camera back here so you can watch me take this down. This is great. Really prepared. And that's what happens when I start early. I forget stuff. So, hello. It is time for another KF Live number 130 to be exact. That is correct. And tonight we will have Ben from Jack Wolf Knives on joining us. So, say hello to Ren and Stimpy and Powdered Toast Man, Log TV, and Choo Choo, Charlie Brown, Gimli, me and you, and let's get started. That is right. So it is Monday night, so that means a Baloo Monday, of course, and very, very cool. I see Tim B in the house, the moderator extraordinaire, as well as Freak Show, who also helps out as a mod. Keith is not going to be here tonight. He chose deer hunting over us. What a terrible human being. Jim Miller is here. Sonny Robinson, Mrs. C. Hope Mike feels better soon. Justin, Ohio. Let's see what Dugan thinks. Hello, Jim. John Hedinger. Ground Fog is here. Addicted to Blades too. Hello. Yeah, I understand that one. David Tooley. Hello, David Tooley's here. Very cool. Hey, Jimmy Ross, good to see you. Welcome. Looks like there are 34 people in the house. Very, very cool. A little Sony mug tonight. I don't know, a little TV action there. Anaso, hello. El Cap, who's been busting my chops like crazy today, is here. Homer Feltus is here. Hello, Homer. Good to see you. Justin, how did I say hello to you? If I didn't, hello. If I did, hello again. Kirby Smith, hello. Cheetos Suave. Richard Kaufman. We are all here because we ain't all here. I gotcha. That's funny. I'm so not here. I had to read that twice. Demonock is here. Hello. Lauren is here. Very cool. Rule number 9. David, I don't know. Hello. Good to see you. Very, very good. Now, I see a couple of people in the house that need to hear this next announcement. So we're going to start early and often, and we'll probably talk about this again later. A lot of you have been asking me about Tempest hats. Do you see what's over here? This is not my normal hat, okay? As a matter of fact, I have a Jack Wolf hat on tonight, but this is a Richardson, Richardson 112 from Forest SLR. Those of you who have been asking, these are now available. All you got to do is go over to edcroundtable.com, pick out the hat you want, and Forrest will put this logo on whatever hat. It doesn't have to be a Richardson. It's whatever hat he has available. You can pick it out, and you can put this logo. It is available as we speak on Forrest. Or you can message Forrest on Instagram, Forrest SLR, at Forrest SLR on Instagram. Hey, Treddy, welcome way over there. What time is it, Treddy? Tell us. I always like to hear what time is it over there. The Tempest hats have jimping. See, this is called jimping right back here. This is a hat that I will probably end up giving to Ashlyn because I have no hair. And yeah, bald guy gets cold with this kind of hat. But this will probably end up being Ashlyn's or Trevor's or somebody. I don't know. One of them. But you guys can order these now. EDCroundtable.com or Forrest SLR on Instagram. I know a bunch of you guys. Okay, Treddy, this is really easy. I had the 0545 in here. I loaned it to Lefty. Go watch his video. He's a pill about knives sometimes, and he loves it. And I absolutely love. If you like ZT at all, look, if you like their massive knives, then you're not going to like this one. But if you like a really well-made American knife for $272, this is your knife. To me, the 0545 is really well made. Look at Tim B. So there's your EDC roundtable link. Thank you, Tim. So those of you, now I want you guys, look, I told Forrest that there were people that have been bugging me about these hats. And you guys better go support Forrest over at EDC Roundtable and get you a hat. Okay. Hey, there, see, there's one right there. Tim O'Father says he will be right back. O'Father is the man, supports this channel so much. I appreciate all the people that do that. By the way, last Monday night, we went over 13,000 subs, and tonight we are only 9 away from 13,200. So 191 subs since last Monday night. So you gotta love it. This is a lot of fun. Love seeing the growth. Yeah, Mrs. C, he messaged me. So yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. But hopefully he'll get better quick. I have migraines sometimes too. Not good at all. Hey, Sonny, good to see you. Sharp guy. Hello, hello. Lots of people popping in here. There you go, El Cap. Did you finally sub? Just kidding. But this hat really, I mean, I don't have any problem with the fit of a Richardson hat. I like that you've got a nice slope here and not a flat or a whatever this is that people do. Nice hat. These are really nice. I'm bald. So they're kind of cold for me. But if you like the Richardson hats, definitely check it out. But he has other options he was telling me as well. So Forrest is such a good dude. And you know what? I bet you if you wanted a Tempest logo on a Hank, I bet you he would do this on a Hank as well. He'll do just about anything. So I would see no reason he wouldn't do this on a Hank or a shirt or whatever he has in stock. So check with Forrest. He will definitely do that. 1:46 a.m. Yeah. So Treddy, let's do that for you, buddy. I haven't even shown this one yet. My unboxing hasn't even gone up, but here is the Wii Igneo. This guy, you guys ever seen the movie Rio? This looks like that blue bird. What's his name? Shoot, the bird that's in Rio. He's got that, kind of bulbous, kind of feathered thingy sticking up above his head. This is the Wii Igneo. This comes by way of White Mountain Knives. This thing is odd but cool. You have this angular, I'm going backwards. You have this angular hollow grind here, followed by a flat grind up here. That's real. I mean, it's an odd bird, literally. Rio was the place. What, Ian? Hello, by the way. What was the bird's name? No, the blue bird. What was his name? Somebody. All right, hold on. Google's gonna tell me. What was the name of the bird, the main bird in Rio?
According to BirdNote, even if
no, Blue. His name was Blue. His name was Blue. Thank you, Tim. Appreciate it. So really cool knife. Now, I haven't done a lot of cutting with it, but it is, even up here in the flat, it is extremely thin, way thin. And the action on this thing is dope. And this kind of distressed black wash, there we go. You can see it there. Distressed black wash is epic. This thing is purty, and it is very nice in the hand. And as you can see, it is a monoblock construction, not monoblock, clamshell. Thank you. Clamshell construction. Very, very cool. There you go, Paul. Hey, Paul, I'm stupid. It's okay. Hey, Aries, watched a couple of your videos in the last couple of days. I'm trying to catch up, man. Just so much to catch up with. Hey, Richard Kasner. I subscribe to so many channels. It's just not possible for me to watch all of them. I try. Delta 9, hello. Greg Vanderlip, hello. But yeah, I mean, it's a really interesting knife. Your tip is going to end up being a little higher. So if you want to do this kind of cut, but what I like is when you get to that position, you've got a really nice flat here. Yeah, let's just see. I haven't really cut with it yet. Let's see. What do I have? There's a card. Oh gosh. Butter. Let's try just the hollow here. That's interesting. Okay. So in the hollow here, I'm kind of ripping. In the flat, I'm slicing like crazy. That's incredible. That's weird. It cuts better in the flat than it does in the hollow. Jeremy, what the heck am I looking at here? That was interesting. Cuts way better in the flat. Ooh, I just bumped my tea. That's not good. Don't know what that's all about, but very, very intriguing to think about for sure. All right, well, that is the Wii Igneo. Coprolite has been a member for 17 months. Very cool, brother. Thank you for being here. Hey, Mark P. Okay. Mark, I'm going to say it, man. What do they want the price to be? It's $272. Now, what everybody's doing is they're seeing the MSRP on Kershaw's site, $325 or something. Seriously, for MagnaCut, for KVT bearings, for carbon fiber, for the machining that was done in the titanium side of the handle, it is not overpriced. I'm sorry. That is, if you look at anything else made with those materials in that way, it is that expensive. Yeah, I don't know, Jeremy. It's so here's the thing. No. I mean, it's definitely thinner, but there's this transition right here between between the flat and the hollow, and I think that's where it's kind of right there where it's a little bit thicker. I think if I was just back here, but it's such a small area, that's kind of weird. I don't know. Oh, Rusty, thank you. Hello, Rusty Knife Lover. Good to see you. Hey, Tree Stabbing Troy. Rusty is a channel member for 23 months. Thank you. I missed the last person. Who is the other one? Man, I cannot remember. Coprolite. Thank you to Rusty and Coprolite. There is your Daleka salute for both of you guys. Thank you so very, very much. Brian F. Hello. 64 folks in the house. Hey, Robbie W. So, yeah, I will say, Treddy, middle finger flicking this guy is magic. My finger fits in that hole absolutely perfectly. Bam. Very, very nice. And the detent is spot on. For those saying Wii doesn't have a soul, I don't know what your problem is. Wii makes really nice knives, and they make them very well. I have not had a Wii knife that I thought was bad in a long time. I will say I wish it had a little more access to the lock bar, but it's very easy to move that bar. Very easy. It is great. It's a long bar, as you can see, and it has 3 cutouts. So it moves very easily out of the way. Okay, I'm done talking about I agree, Doug. We gets a lot of crap because they're related. I mean, I do think Civivi often makes a lot of kind of boring knives, and as does Sincut. But we gets a lot of crap, and I think we make some fantastic knives. Hey, Todd Carr, I just don't get it. Yeah, I've thought about getting Wii to do some prototypes. Oh, he's a German guy, not a Wii. Okay. Yeah, I mean, but it's still Wii made is what I'm saying. So, I get what you're saying though, Treddy. All right. Let's see. It's 7:54. I've jabbered for too long here. Our friend Ben's going to join in a minute. So I think we're going to, if you guys want to drop your pocket checks for everyone else to see, go for it. I'll try to say a few of them. I don't think I'm going to read every one of them tonight because I want to be ready for Ben coming on here. So hopefully you understand that. But I do want to do one more thing before the top of the hour. Grabbed a Wii Orpheus Integral. and I'm really liking it. Very cool, JD. You have to send me a picture of that one when you get a chance. By the way, I stubbed my toe when I was coming down here, and it hurts up into the top of my foot. So pray for me. That hurts. Jim Miller's got an Asher and a Lander and a Rockhopper from Aries. Very cool. All right, seriously, put them up. And I'm sorry if I don't read all of them tonight or even very many of them, but share them with each other. And, I want to cover something before Ben gets on here. So you guys know the Tempest, if you did not see my little live stream, where was Saturday on the Jetstream, here's the update, okay? They are on the way. I do know that. I have good information that they are on the way, and I am very excited. What I cannot do for you is tell you exactly when they will hit your mailboxes. They're going to get here hopefully by the end of the week or anyway, within the next week, they're going to get here, okay? But I've got to coordinate my team. We have to get them QC'd. Our priority is going to be QCing the pre-orders, okay? So we're going to prioritize the 150 or so that were pre-ordered. We're going to get through those as best we can. We're going to get them packaged and ready to go out. Sorry, I got to make a note while I'm thinking of it. We're going to get them packaged and out, and then I will QC the rest, and we will get them out. Hey, Ed. Ed, somebody said to me, if it's as smooth as the microburst, they're going to be in love. It's smoother. Now, this is the prototype, so I don't have the full ones yet, but it is extremely smooth. And so it's more smooth than a microburst. By the way, there are two Stonewash Black Micarta microbursts left. That's it. Now there may be a few more, but they'll be like, I don't know. It'll probably mostly be seconds. I haven't gotten to go through all of them. There are plenty of the black micarta and black wash blades left, and there are still about like 12 monochromes left, which is the white G10 and the black. So please go to tempestknives.com and check that out. But okay, so they're on the way. I will get them to you as soon as I can. Please understand, this is the time of year because of football. I'm working every weekend. Literally. I think I have Thanksgiving weekend off somehow, sort of. But I'm busy all this coming weekend, but I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to take days off. My help, I haven't talked to all of them yet, but at least Freak Show's going to change his schedule around and get up here and help. Jim, yes. I mean, it's a heavier blade. That's the first thing. Okay, it's going to drop smoother because it's heavier. But good Lord. But they're ridiculously smooth. All three of the knives. Kubi does a fantastic job with their action. For Liberty and Asso, it's the Flames. Don't even ask. It's the name we've been for 50 years. The Vosteed Nightshade's a great knife. I prefer the liner lock version over the bar lock version for sure. Treddy, they sent it to me, but they're available at where did I see them? They're available. I think they're available at Blade HQ and Knife Center. But Kai sent me one to check out. I had it for like a month before I could talk about it. So I was like bubbling over to tell people because I loved it. Wasn't a month. It was like 2.5, 3 weeks. Hey, Pretty Fly, what's going on? So you will have these in the next couple weeks is what if you pre-order now. Here's the deal with the rest of the Jetstreams, which I only sold about 150 in the pre-order. Had to buy 400. So if you didn't get one, you're going to be able to get one, okay? So I'm probably going to drop them a week or two after I ship off the pre-orders, and they will be available. I'm hoping they go pretty quick, but that isn't usually KC's luck. So they may be here for a while if you want one. Hey, Marco, what's going on? Yeah, it was embargoed. Exactly. Yeah, I don't have an NDA. It's just, hey, please don't tell anybody. Okay. Oh gosh. Tim, I'm sorry, man. Yeah, you can't wait after a while. You got to just deal with it. Yes, sir, Mr. Rory. We're getting them out to you guys. And the other part of the live stream was thank you. I do not have sorry. I do not have Tempest knives without the people that have been in on the pre-orders. You make this happen. This is your company as much as it's mine. Tempest knives does not happen without you. I am not in a position to drop that kind of money up front. I'm just not. And so I, from the bottom of my heart, want to thank you all for your trust in me, for your buying into what I'm designing, and for your amazing patience. It does not pass me by. You can ask Jeremy. We talk about how important it is to get the pre-orders done and get them right for you guys, because it's oh gosh, Tim. Oh my gosh. Oh boy, praying for you, Tim. It's awful, brother. It's terrible to hear, man. But that is the update. The update is they will be here. They will get out to you guys ASAP. I'm very excited. Cannot wait to hold one of the Jetstreams in my hand with the micro milling, with the changes that were made. Very, very excited for that. So yeah, very cool. And I see our friend is in the chat. How about a thumbs up if you're cool to go, Mr. Ben? Yep. All right, guys. Hey, Rusty, I know that. That's what's so awesome. I know those of you that have been in on the pre-orders, you don't bust my chops about how long it's taken because you trust me, and that means the absolute world to me. It just does. This company would not exist without you guys. That's just the way it is. All right, let's bring our friend, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, Ben Belkin from Jack Wolf Knives is our guest tonight. And this Friday, the 17th at 2 p.m. Eastern at dealers across the country. And again, he can tell us the rest of it, but there's some across the world too, but they're at different times. There will be Jack Wolf knife, Little Bro Jacks. After how long, Ben Belkin? Wait a minute, hold on. I got to get you in here. How long has it been? We've been waiting on the Little Bro.
Well, since June 2022.
Woo! Hey, Cemetery.
So 17 months.
17 months. So it's got to be kind of a moment for you, if you will, to breathe a little bit. I know you've had other knives out there. You've had great success, but you have to have wanted to get this out there.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. It's
yep.
You know, and a lot of people have been waiting for it. So happy to give people what they want.
Yep, understood. And you know, I'll be honest, okay? And I've said this 100 times. I'm just going to say it again. This whole situation proves what a good guy you are. Because to be very honest with you, there's nothing wrong. This is the first run, okay? In which you're doing this one again, the copper dark matter, right? Yeah. So this is from the first run. This guy had a tiny bit of blade wrap. I mean, Ben saw me. I went to him at the show. I showed it to him. I went back to Wicked Edge's booth. They did what I would call a very fast sharpening on this knife. And I've used this knife. I've carried this knife. No wrap back. So the fact that you didn't want to get that out to the public and them have to deal with that, just shows who you are to me.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know, I try to put
Because
myself.
again, this is acceptable to me now, but again, I know a lot of people wouldn't have liked having to sharpen it. So
Yeah, I try to
right
put myself in my customer's shoes, you know?
Yep.
And I was able to, I had enough time to deal with it. It's not like it caught me by surprise after they were all sold. So you have this little window of opportunity, and it's like, you know, do the right thing. You know, some people can make a case that either course of action would have been an appropriate course of action. It was just what did I think was the right thing for my customers.
You didn't flinch. You didn't flinch.
No.
You said to me at Blade Show, you said, and that Blade Show 2022, Ben said to me, I'm gonna have to get these redone. Yeah. And I'm like, wow. You know, and that's a big deal that you did that. So, but here we are. And you've got 5 variants coming out on Friday. Let's just start with, what do you want to tell us about them?
Well, so yes, 5 variants coming out on Friday. So when we were picking variants, I didn't want every one of them to be the same variants as the big bro, because you know, like there's other things I wanted to do, but I wanted to have a couple of them match the big bro so that at least there's an opportunity out there to build some pairs, big bro, little bro pairs. So if you remember, we did a big bro in dark matter copper. So I did the little bro in dark matter copper, and that's carried through since the very first attempt at the production run.
Correct.
So
that's the one that I was showing a moment ago.
Yep, you can build a big bro, little bro, dark matter copper pair, and then you could also build a big bro, little bro nebula pair. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, it is cool. And these, just for those that are going to ask shortly here, these are $300, like they've been for a while here. Despite which handle material you're getting, they're all $300. There's your nebula that he was just talking about. Very cool.
And then I felt that Rosewood was a logical choice for the boy's knife, you know? And I kind of made this decision at the last minute, because we did the Rosewoods in, what was it, August on the laid back jacks. And so I was like, and, you know, they got out there and people liked them, and I didn't, you know, get like immediate feedback with problems, you know?
Right.
Like we're still in what I would consider some long-term, you know, durability and feasibility testing with the laid backs out there, but it's basically been excellent as far as the way it's holding up. So once I had the confidence to deploy it again, I was like, hey, you know that handle material I sent you for the little bro? Like, put that aside and get me some Rosewood, because I want to do it on the little bro.
Very cool.
So,
yeah,
I think
you're right. Because I think what most of us think about for a knife, like I've shown you I'm not going to pull it out again, but I've shown you my Cub Scout knife. It had like a faux wood, like a plastic faux wood, but a lot of us had wood knives growing up. Or that kind of thing. So I think you're right. There's kind of a sentimental vibe with this, and I love that. Go ahead.
I was going to say, it kind of looks like an old-fashioned pocket knife, so I think it's suitable to have an old-fashioned handle material on it. It fits.
Absolutely. Hold yours up again. So what I think is really cool, guys, is if you didn't see, I think it was on Instagram, Ben, you guys put up one of like 20 different of these, and the grain is different on every one.
Dude, I mean, it was wildly different.
Look at that tiger banding on your other side there.
Yeah, so you have like the tiger banding on this
some
side.
Of that.
Yeah, yours looks like ripples, like almost like in an espresso or something. Or like
I said it
latte.
looks like a sunset to me. It looks like some of the crazy sunsets I've seen around here.
And this one has like a knot in it, which I thought was cool.
Oh, no way. That is cool.
Yeah. So I don't know. They're all over. There were some that have like a blonde like streak There's some really cool ones out there. It always makes me a little nervous because, people will only typically see the photograph that's on our website and the pictures that go to my dealers that I provide. And it's like, it's not necessarily an accurate representation of what customers will get because it's so varied. And I even said to my dealers, like, if you have the resources to photograph each of your Rosewood pieces, you should do it because then people will have a better expectation. But nonetheless, I think people will be happy. And then
I do. Real quick, I'm just going to answer. Tori, the answer to your question is very soon. They will be here. The Jetstreams will be here soon. Even though I'm working all weekend coming up, we're going to get them QC'd and out to you guys that pre-ordered them very quickly. But we're going to do them right. We're going to make sure they get checked. We're going to make sure I'm not going to do it just for the sake of getting it done. We're going to make sure they get done right and to you correctly. So there you go. Go ahead, Ben. Sorry.
No worries.
Next.
Yeah, I forget. I was okay. So then there's Camel Carbon Flow Party.
Flow Party.
Yeah, and flow is short for fluorescent. So like these are all fluorescent pigments. So if you hit this thing under a black light, it's crazy. And Andy over there at Camel Carbon, he's developed a handful of new colors in the past few months, and some of them like really got me, and this was one of them. So it's a little bit different than the 80s, but I think the colors just have a little more
pop. Got a lot more pop than the 80s, yeah.
Yep. So
and I think it's got some like rosy purple, like right there in the middle of the two screws.
Got purple, orange.
Yeah. And I don't think the yellow. 80s had that. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So he's kind of doing with Camo Carbon what GL Hansen was doing with Micarta. I mean, he really is.
Yeah.
Doing just some fantastic stuff.
Yeah. And where Fat Carbon has a lot of SKUs. Don't get me wrong. But they don't add new ones as quickly as Camo Carbon has been adding new ones. He was at the CCKS next to me. And so I saw, he had sheets out on the table, and there was a couple of them that really caught my eye.
Gotcha. So how'd that show go for you?
It was good. Why don't we talk about that? Let me show this last one.
And no, you're good. I was just asking.
We've got
Forgot to ask.
And this one is, we're calling it Crystal Lake. And Crystal Lake
River today. Listen,
I saw that on your Instagram. I didn't.
Why didn't you punch me? All right, fine.
Whatever. It's Crystal Lake, and
That
Crystal Lake
guy.
is a kind of an obscure, not too obscure, but a reference, an '80s reference. It's from a series of movies. Crystal Lake. Someone in the chat will get it. I can't see the chat, guys. I apologize. I'm on an iPad, and if I pull up the chat, then it covers my. Well, I guess it's not too bad. It covers my entire screen. I can't see Casey's beautiful face so good.
There you go, Tori. Just to be clear, they're not here yet, but they will be here very soon. So, I didn't mean to infer that they were already here, but they are very close.
Delta Jim, which horror film? You got to be more specific.
It's not
there he goes.
So I was gonna say Friday the 13th
because it's Camp Crystal Lake, and that's the Crystal Lake is where Jason drowned when the counselors weren't paying attention to him and set off the whole spiel.
So the only reason that I even sort of remembered that, I'm not a horror movie guy. I'm not joking. This is the God's honest truth. So I worked at a local TV station here for 26 years. And for the first 15, 16 years I was here, there was this lady that did a lot of voiceover work for us named Lori McCauley. And one day somebody walked up to her and said, "Been shot with an arrow lately?" And I'm like, "What?" And I'm looking at the person like, "What are you talking about?" And Lori starts laughing and she's like, "That's a different part of my life." She was in the first Friday the 13th and apparently got pierced with an arrow. And she was literally became one of my best friends. Unfortunately, she died of cancer a few years later. But That's she and I would sit there and talk about it all the time. It was funny though. She didn't really like to talk about it. And so she would be like, that's a different part of my life. And then she would finally open up and talk about the movie. And I don't know why, but it was just kind of weird.
Oh, it's funny.
Sweet lady. Had by that time she had husband and 4 kids, and but these are gorgeous. I mean, just I told you when I saw this, Ben, to me, and again, I'm the blue guy, so you guys don't have to listen to me. This is my favorite handle material, my favorite combination you've done. Period.
It's pretty cool. The blue and the titanium go amazingly well together, and this stuff has real depth, especially when you get it in some good light, you kind of just stare at it for a while.
Yeah, unfortunately, it really I please understand, I love the fact that it's polished, but because it's polished, it picks up every light in this room.
Yeah, it reflects for sure.
But man, just look at when you turn it, it just gives you this almost like rippling water, just like what you said.
Yeah.
I love it. And then of course you've got a very thin, ridiculously thin hollow ground blade. And for those, I saw somebody ask a moment ago, we'll just do this. Here's little bro and big bro. So you can get, and I got hands everywhere in the way, but so you can get a little bit of a size comparison there. It's not ridiculously smaller. It's, I don't know, fractionally smaller, I would call it.
I can't remember the scale factor.
Difference too.
Probably 15%, kind of like 15% size of it. Well, you guys can figure it out actually. If you take the close length of the big bro versus the little bro. Hold on a second. I got a calculator sitting right here for my kids' homework.
So yeah, but I mean, just cool.
Yeah, it's about 12 and it's between a 10 and a 15% scale down. So for what that's worth.
Gotcha.
But it's a pretty cool knife, man. It's it's a really it makes a great secondary for a guy who wants to have a slip joint and a modern folder, and because some people want the modern folder, but they want the slip joint for opening it in front of other people, or just slicing the apple or whatever, and for guys who want to carry 2 knives, makes a great secondary. Frankly, it makes a perfectly acceptable primary for probably 99% of people. And it's lightweight, it's small, it's handy, but you can still get a full grip on it.
Right.
It's a cool little knife for sure.
Yeah, I personally, I mean, me, I don't like small knives, but I still get a 4-finger on this one just. But here's the thing. To me, a lot of times, I carry 3 knives. So this guy just disappears in the pocket, and it's not even not a big deal at all to have it. Not that any of yours are like that, but this one even more so just disappears.
And this, I gotta say, the tip on this thing, this thing comes to a crazy piercing tip. Sometimes I've been holding them, to display them, and the tip will just sink into my finger. It's like, damn.
Ben's at CCKS, and now there's blood running down his finger.
There's a lot of blood at CCKS, man. There's several people cut themselves there. Not at my table per se, but at the show.
That's cool. Tim points out that at the price range these are at, if you buy this on Friday at Smoky Mountain, you would get a free Rough Rider knife during their Black Friday promo.
That's cool.
And
that's really cool.
To use my code too. That helps the channel as well.
You want to talk about CCKS?
Yeah, how'd that? I mean, it sounded like it was a good show, and
it was
vibe, if you will. Yeah.
So I guess I would tell people, if you're considering that one and you've ever been to any of the Blade shows, it's smaller than Blade West and Blade Texas, for example. Not that that's better or worse; it's just a matter of fact. And it was more than just CCKS. There's more things to do. So if you go down there on Thursday night, then the host of the show is Recon 1. So Recon 1 is a knife store in Encino, California, which is in the San Fernando Valley north of LA. Yep. You can fly into Burbank or LAX. Burbank's closer, I believe. And Recon 1 is a knife store, like a brick and mortar knife store. It's in a commercial center, but kind of like a California commercial center with like a central courtyard, and it's pretty cool.
Oh,
And
gotcha.
and it's not big like square footage wise, but they have a lot of really nice pieces in there. Like I'm sure they have knives that are a couple $100 all the way up to thousands. Customs. They have Chris Reeves. They have there's all kinds of stuff. So they had an open house at Recon 1. So you can meet the owners. The guy who owns that store is named Sako, and his wife is named Tamar. Or not, sorry, his sister is named Tamar. And together they run that show, and then they operate that knife store on a daily basis. So Thursday night was the open house there. You get to meet some collectors and check out their shop. So
That's cool.
yeah. So if I'd say that's more of an enthusiast thing to do that day. But I enjoyed it because you could get it's like a good socializing opportunity.
Yeah, I was gonna say that'd be a good networking opportunity or whatever you want to call it.
Definitely, because it's not
really
as crazy. Cool. So, and then Friday at the hotel in the same ballroom as the show, they have this thing called the Friday Night Blade Affair. And this was new to me. And what the Friday Night Blade Affair is a catered dinner, and together with several custom makers with very high-end pieces and a lotto system so that you can get a chance to buy these pieces.
Some of the high-end custom.
I'm talking like cream of the crop stuff. So, right. And in addition, they also have lottos. So I'm sorry, auctions. So kind of the way it works is you pay $250. I think it was $250. So you pay your $250, and that enters you in all the lottos. So let's say there's 300 people. So you get dinner and one free alcoholic beverage, but you get dinner and dessert and coffee. It's all catered. And then they have like kind of in like a horseshoe, all these custom makers with a table in front of them with the really nice pieces. And you get to go around the room for 2 hours and examine all the pieces. And one thing I thought was really interesting was everybody was handling all these knives. So it wasn't like look and don't touch. It was like flick them open, touch them, look at them, talk to the makers. Yeah, I really was surprised because
that actually is really
thousands
cool.
of dollars, So there's a 2-hour period in which you can talk to the makers and examine everything. And then in that 2-hour period, the hosts of the show are using a random number generator to fill out these sheets of paper with numbers. And there's like 5, there's round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the sheet. And then they would put a number like 18 in round 1 and 27 in round 2. And when you checked in, your badge has a number on it.
Ah, gotcha.
Okay. So after they fill out all these sheets with random numbers, they say, okay, it's round 1. You have 20 minutes to walk around and look for your number in the round 1 slot on any of these knives. So if I'm number 22 and they say it's round 1, I now start at the beginning and I'm looking at every knife on the table and I'm looking for my number 22 in the round 1 slot. And if my number is there, I'm allowed to buy it for the table price. If I refuse it, they cross my number out. And then in round 2, that person whose number is there gets a chance to buy that knife.
Okay.
So it's kind of
like a round robin, and it's mixed up so that it's not it's all number 1, all number 2. It's mixed up. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying my best to describe this. People are trying to explain it to me. People are trying to explain it to me. I had no idea what they were trying to tell me, but then I saw it with my own eyes and I understood.
Yeah, you would have to watch a couple rounds to really get it, right?
Yeah, I was like, what? How does this work? But ultimately, you might not get drawn, and so you paid $250 and you never got drawn. That kind of sucks. But if you get drawn, you might be able to buy a knife for $2,000 that would sell in the secondary for $10,000.
Yeah.
So you get like instant equity in your pocket. So it was interesting. I've never seen anything like that before.
That is,
and then
that's
in
pretty crazy.
addition to the lotto knives, there was auction knives where there's a piece of paper and you put your name and your bid next to it. And dude, there was there was a Shirogorov, saying that right, Shirogorov, that went for over
Yeah.
$40,000. 40,000.
So a custom Shiro. Wow.
Oh yeah, dude. You know.
Phew. Yeah,
So
that's
I'm not trying to spend that kind of money on anything,
no, I
but
get it.
to kind of be in the room and see all that was definitely interesting, to say the least.
So I bet you one of those was my guy that we've had on here a couple times, Brandon Corbin. He was out there, Corbin Steelworks, and he just has, I mean, God, these are all the ones he took to CCKS. And this guy is like ridiculous. I will
Yeah.
never own one of his knives, but I would love to. But yeah, some of those guys just are ridiculous.
I mean, it literally is like the best of the best in there, some of
Yeah,
that stuff. I mean, it
absolutely.
like just crazy work. So anyway, that was Friday night. And it takes a while because there's like 20 minutes for 5 rounds or something per round, you know?
Oh,
So,
gosh.
Yeah.
We're out of focus here. All right, there we go.
Yeah. So, okay, so that was Friday night.
Hey, Roman. Hey, mean old urban woodsman. Hey, everybody. So, Father, did you pick up a hat, brother? And anybody else, if you didn't hear what I said earlier, Forrest from EDC Roundtable can make these hats in any kind of hat you want that he's got on his site. So check with him. He's got this logo. I literally, I've got too much on my plate. Couldn't get around to it. I'm just washing my hands of the hat thing. And he has my logo. You guys can go over there and buy one straight from him.
It's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So there you go.
Excuse me. So then the CCKS itself was on Saturday.
Right. Which was
And
just Saturday.
Well, Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, Saturday and Sunday. Okay.
Yeah. So, not everybody who goes to that Blade Affair goes to CCKS and vice versa. Some people come in only for that Blade Affair, and some people come in only for CCKS and don't have any interest in doing both. So they're two separate events, technically. And CCKS was good, man. It's like, for anybody who's been to Blade West, it's probably maybe if even a third of the room, the space.
Just a small hotel ballroom, basically.
Exactly.
Kind of
yeah, exactly. Probably like 2 segments of a hotel ballroom. And they had perimeter tables and middle tables. And I think I counted the tables. There was like around 80 some total between the perimeter and the inside ones. So
that's not bad.
No, it's good. It's like, it's not too small. And it's certainly something you could do in one day. Like you could spend time and see everything in a day. But it was really crowded that whole first day. Like the energy was good. Guys were happy to be there. We were busy the whole time at the table. And then Sunday was much slower. Much, much slower. So my speculation there was like, guys who came
Everybody
in for the Blade Affair and said, yeah, I mean, man, honestly,
they were out of money. Yeah, they were tapped.
Yeah, they already came and did what they wanted to do, and they're like, we don't need to come back. There's some vendors that hold back knives or do lottos on Sunday, so people will come for those, but then they're not looking at other people's stuff. They're just waiting for those, and then they leave.
Right. Yeah, and I'm sure there's dudes that go straight to a certain table. They camp out. They do what, that's just the way it is.
I'll tell you who the most popular dude at that show is Shirogorov by far. Yeah, everybody's about those Shiros, dude, that crowd. More power to them. They were there. Shirogorov was there. Dmitry Sinkovich was there. That guy's kind of cool.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he's really cool.
That's his custom stuff is insanity.
Yep. So D Sharon is asking, would you ever do one with a lanyard hole or post?
I probably would. I don't use them, which is where you're seeing the bias there for me, which is why I didn't do them from the outset. But I'm all about switching things up as I go along. And yeah, I'm not opposed to them. So yeah, the more you
table.
Yeah. exactly. I mean, there were still like,
So
Artisan was there, so you
I
could
was going to
get.
say there were still folks like you
Oh yeah,
there. I mean, it's
yeah.
not, yeah,
I mean, there's $300 knives, there's $140 knives. Like it's pretty well. The CCKS part of it was balanced. You know, the Blade Affair, that's for the whales.
yeah. That's for the high rollers, if you will.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Definitely sounds like something I would like to watch once, but I don't need a number. I'm good.
Yeah, and what was cool was if you're an exhibitor, and I don't know if this was offered to the public, but
Very
as an
cool, Tim.
exhibitor, you could pay $75 and watch the Blade Affair, but not get entered in the lottos. I wasn't going to pay $250 and not just to go watch, but for $75, I was like, yeah, I'm not, and I got dinner, so I'm like, for $75 and a dinner, I'm going.
Yeah. Yeah, just to watch it happen and see
Yeah.
the knives. Absolutely. That is that would definitely be cool.
I got to
Is there
tell
a
you what,
dollar
I'm
per
sure
pin?
I did see their table, but what I realized is how little I know about some
About
of these,
custom. Yeah.
yeah, custom knife makers and these locking knife brands. Like, I'm a slip joint guy historically, so I know all the slip joint makers and I know all the patterns, and
Yep.
like that's where I shine. But walking around that place, I'm like, I never heard of this guy. I
It's like,
never heard of this
what
guy.
are we doing here?
Yeah,
Exactly.
but
That's
I
hilarious.
can appreciate the quality because boy, it was definitely there.
Yeah. They make some really high end crazy stuff. And I see somebody talking about Edison and I don't even know how to say it, Morela, Barajas, whatever. They were there as well. But yeah, there's some crazy stuff. But so for those that just jumped in, we're talking about the Jack Wolf knives, Little Bro Jack. These are dropping Friday at dealers. There are 5 versions. I've got 3 of them represented on my table here tonight. There's the Crystal Lake, Crystal River, and the Rosewood there. $300 at dealers. Hey, everybody. I see some new folks jumping in. Craig, Pedro, Pretty Fly. Good to see you guys. Pleasure meeting you, says Roman to you,
Oh
Ben.
yeah, what's up, Roman? Yeah, it was that's one good thing about that show is that you can actually talk to people.
Right.
So
It's
if
not
you
bam, 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 like at Blade
no,
Show
it's not.
East.
I mean, part of Saturday was a little crazy, but if you just kind of waited out that that like last third of the day, yeah, they were both there. That's correct, Will. But yeah, no, I got to meet people, have conversations. You get to definitely talk to the makers. So if you are interested in that show and there's makers you see on the list and you want to get to know them better, you're going to get that opportunity for sure.
Which is crazy to think about. It's just these guys are mad scientists. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, that you get to talk and you get to talk to Ben. So
I'm
that's
there. I'll
cool.
make time for
Yeah.
you.
But
And get a picture.
I feel like even back where I was this year at Blade Show East, mine came in spurts. Okay. So like I would walk up where Kevin was and he had people constantly in the back of the room. Mine would come in like I'd have like 30 people and then nobody for like 20 minutes. But it's still during that period of time, I felt like I can't, how do I keep up? What do I do? And so I would think a show like what you're talking about would be a little more relaxed and fun.
No doubt.
Very cool, Will be. That's awesome. So yeah, again, Little Bro Jack, 5 versions available. It's look at that nebula. That is thin. And yeah, I was kind of playing around doing some cutting earlier with the blue guy here. Guys, again, you've heard my story way too many times, but Jack Wolf knives are not toys.
No.
They definitely want to cut you. So very, and now I got stuff everywhere. But they are very sharp little boogers.
They are sharp,
as Ben
man.
said earlier, this would be a phenomenal apple knife or anything you want it to be, actually. Is Ben going to be on Thursday with Patty, says Thrifty.
Hey, Thrifty. So I'm scheduled to be on Thursday. Now, when I scheduled that with him, I wasn't really thinking clearly. I'm going into shoulder surgery tomorrow.
Oh, no, that's right.
Yeah, but Donnie's going to fill in for me. And so Jack Wolf will be represented on Thursday. Donnie's qualified to talk about everything. I'm sure you guys will try to shake him down for secrets, so you better not spill the beans. But I probably won't be able to make it because I think it's too soon. But I'll try. I'm gonna try not to take any pain medication. I don't typically like that stuff, but
yeah, I mean, every time people couldn't believe it. I had my appendix burst, and like the next day, I wasn't taking meds. I was in severe pain, but I don't like taking it, man. I just don't either. I don't like
either. So if I'm not on that medication and I'm not miserable for some reason, for whatever reason, then I'll hop on. So TBD.
Yep. Yes, sir, Tim. They look really good. There you go, Ian. Yeah, I'm been kind of growing my beard out a little bit here. I'm not going to look like Ben, but yeah, Donnie does a good job on these things too. Donnie really knows what he's talking about. So definitely, if Ben can't be there, it'll be an enjoyable deal too. And I guess that same thing goes for Lefty on Thursday night as well.
Exactly. Donnie and I spoke earlier, and I told him to reach out to Steven and Lefty to let him know for me.
Yep. Very cool. But so lots of options here. And again, I think what you did here with the wood was you kind of hit a home run for the more traditional guys that really like the natural materials, but then you gave everybody else options too. So I think that's really, really cool to say the least. So I guess I wanted to talk about, besides remedying the blade wrap issue, are there differences between the first iteration and this one?
No.
Not really, right? Yeah.
No, I mean, the knife as intended, we just had some engineering changes to the spring and to the tang, but nothing you would notice. It's all pretty small stuff. They were so close to being right to begin with. It didn't take much to change them, but it was the nature of it was they had to be remade. Like, these are not salvaged old knives. These are new knives. So,
yep. Yeah, the sharpening that happened to mine was literally a 5-minute sharpening. So
that's all it would have taken to get the other ones right, but it is what it is.
Yeah, but you don't want all these knives out there and people being dissatisfied because they now have to turn around and sharpen them.
No, that's what I mean. It is what it is. I recalled them and we remade them.
Deal with it. Now, I'm curious. I remember something you sold some at Blade Show that year, and I remember you offering for people to send them back and you could sharpen them out for them. Did you have takers on that at the time?
Yes, I did. I mean, it wasn't many. It was probably four or five people,
Yeah.
Because some guys who bought them were just like, I could sharpen it myself. It's not necessary. But some people don't know how to sharpen,
Yep.
So what we would do is we'd get them in. I'd get it in and I'd wrap it like on purpose. I'd wrap it hard. Basically, like, get a biggest wrap as I could get in it, and then we'd sharpen it and sharpen out the wrap. So it's like basically like, okay, how far can I dent this blade? And then I'll sharpen that out. Like Corey sharpened it out, who's a master sharpener. Right. Without him, it would have been much more difficult to solve people's problems. So thank God for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, once we did it, it was fine. It's just trying to do that on several hundred was not feasible for him as much as for me.
Yeah, that would have been rough. There's one thing with me having to take 300 apart and put new pivots in them. I can't imagine sharpening 300 of them.
Yeah,
or however many. It was more than that, of course.
Ooh, but God dang, these are sharp, man. These are
don't
sharp.
cut yourself, dude.
I'm trying not to,
Sheesh, man. I'm gonna get
trying to chew gum and walk at the same time. My lighting is not great in here, but you can show
I get it. But you got a nice tapestry behind you, so we're good.
I do.
Very, very, very nice. Treddy would like to know if you thought anything about Damasteel blades.
Plans, not yet. Ideas. I think it's relatively easy to execute because you can get the stuff here. Riot makes a lot of stuff with Damasteel, but they have like buying power.
Right.
You know, like the volume they do. So there's certain things that you can get out of Riot that I might not be able to get because they don't have the sourcing power. So then I've got to buy it and ship it over. And if I'm buying in small quantities enough for a production run, then, you know, price per unit can be really high. And shipping steel is expensive because of the weight. So
Yeah, because you're shipping larger chunks at that point. Yeah.
right, like one thing to ship a pallet versus like a less than truckload, as they say.
Right.
So I don't know, Roth. I don't know, man. Maybe I really want to start like. Here's the bigger conversation. It would be cool to start doing some small runs, like runs. So let's say I did these little bros. Well, like, would they make me 10 or 15 that have Timascus and Damasteel, you know, something like that? They probably would. I just haven't gone through the due diligence to figure out how to source all that stuff. And then not only you got to figure out how to make it, but then what am I going to do with them? Am I going to just put them on my website and send out a newsletter? Am I going to, do an auction? I'm like, what am I going to do with those?
And I also think that with what you do, the kind of ongoing thing you have with the knife modders, where you're providing something for the high end folks, a few, but it's I get you, man. It's all of this is a business equation that you got to figure out.
And the most challenging part of the equation in the last year has just been the time. I feel like there's lots of awesome projects that could be profitable and meaningful, but having the time to execute them so that they end up that way is the challenge when you're trying just to make sure you're hitting the goal of 12 releases in a year, which is no small feat, to be honest. But now that I have some help, I'm starting to get my time freed up. Donnie's been a huge help, and his wife, Kim, has helping me with administrative processes, and those require training and repetition. And so we get to do these processes once a month. So we've had July, August, September, and October, so she's really getting the hang of it. And yeah, I'm really interested in what 2024 is going to bring for me. I think I'm looking at 2024 as a transition year. And I'm really thinking about 2025. Like, what do I want 2025 to look like? And then what do I need to do in 2024 to
get
queued
there
up for that? Yeah, exactly. So,
that's a great question. Treddy would like to know what happened to the old ones.
So they were disassembled, sent back, and they were considered for repurposing, but ultimately, to my knowledge, destroyed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So back to what you were saying, though, I got distracted there, but I do that.
No, I just basically I'm rambling, but I'm thinking about 2025 right now.
Yeah. Okay. So should I think from that you're already planned through 24?
Not totally, but I've got
Not
it.
Totally.
It's in pencil.
I just am always curious about your process.
Oh, I mean, 100%.
You don't share a lot.
Casey, I've got 2024. I mean, I'm already committed through a good chunk of 2024. Like a good chunk of 2024 is already in stone. The rest of 2024 is in pencil. Things are a little bit subject to change.
Understood.
But yeah, no, I mean, everything, I've got a tentative plan already for 2024, not for 2025 yet.
I guess so. Here's my question. I'm not asking you to share anything. So through what month in 24 are things already in motion?
Let me think here.
I'm
through
curious
April.
about your process through April.
April.
That's
Yeah,
nuts to me. So here's the thing. My next model is in prototyping. I've got 2 or 3 other irons in the fire, and I've got the next one in design on my end. And that's enough for me. So I don't know how the crap you do this. So I just, but I got a full-time job. This is your full-time job. Plus I've got 3 part-time jobs.
Well, then you can understand how I do it, because someone might look at you and be like, well, how do you do all that, Casey? How do you do all
the
that?
time? They do
Right?
all the time. And
It's the
the
same
answer
thing.
is by the seat of my freaking pants, it's Sharp Guy. I'm going to come through this screen. I am not getting gout. What is wrong with you? I'm not that old. I want a frame lock midnight jack. All right. So there's a question on my list. Chuck, it says, want a frame lock. So are we going to see more gunslingers? We're going to see more locking Jack Wolves.
This is what I will tell you, because the question I get asked the most is, when there's more gunslingers? I mean, literally every day from one of my channels of communication. So instead of just telling people, well, I'm not going to tell you, because that's my answer for most things. What I'm telling everybody is, first half of 2024, more gunslingers. Okay. So that's the answer to that.
More gunslingers or more of that style?
More gunslingers.
More gunslingers. Okay.
Batch 2 of gunslingers, first half of 2024.
Gotcha.
Okay. Pending issues outside of my control. That's the disclaimer. And then more locking knives. It's happening. It's going to happen. Like, I'm working on it. Like, that's part of the plan. That's part of that 2024 into 2025 transition plan. I don't know when I'm going to get them to market, because things got to get prototyped. And as there's a design and engineering phase, and then a prototyping phase. And then I got to put them into production. And as I mentioned, I'm already booked through April. So before long, I'll be booked through July. So the time's just rolling. But yes, like, that's what the market wants from me. I've got a pretty awesome slip joint collection already, like a catalog,
Yes, you do.
So I think it makes sense at this point, if the market wants from Jack Wolf Knives that type of product. Okay, cool. Well, I don't want to just have one. That's not my style. I want to have 5 or more of those locking knives.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yes, I'll be in Atlanta, Ian. Every year I will do all 3 blade shows for sure. And then at least one other show. So this year it was the CCKS. In the years past, I was doing the Gathering, the USN Gathering. Next year, I don't know what I'll do. I like the CCKS, and I'd like to do maybe 5 shows a year. It starts to be a bit much. And the only other issue is they get real close together.
Yep.
Like, they're not perfectly spaced apart.
No, they're definitely not.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
What's up, Work Knife Balance?
And then Thrifty says, more new designs or more remakes for 24?
Well, I won't answer that explicitly, but I will say you can expect more remakes. Like, that should be obvious by now. I mean, I can't. I don't have the capacity to churn out that many designs. I wish I did. And if I had the time, I'd be doing more. But I need the opportunity to rely on some of these remakes to have some time to put more stuff in the pipeline. And frankly, like, there's a lot of guys that missed out on a lot of patterns, the early stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So it's like,
ouch. I'm sorry. I'm reacting to Jim Miller busting my chops over here. I've been talking about doing a fixed blade for now 6 or 8 months. So he's saying your process is like me working on my fixed blade.
There you go. So. Well, yeah, KC's setting the bar.
Oh, gosh. No.
So, yeah, I think
it's coming, Jim. That's all I can say.
Yeah. If Casey gets his fixed blade into production, I'll get some new designs into production, and then.
Yep. Other than that, he's just going to regurgitate, which is phenomenal. I mean, because a lot of these knives, like you said, people didn't get them. And,
look how long it's been since we did the sharpshooter, since the first knife. That was April. So it's May, June, July, August, September, October. It's been 19 months already since that.
And if you didn't do that, then I don't have like one of my favorites. I'm
Right.
not joking. I never would have thought. I don't even like purple. Okay. I'm not a purple guy, but this combo is ridiculous. This
Yeah.
knife, I love to, and then of course I got Troy to make this cool slip, and it's just, oh, by the way, I don't think you haven't been on here since I got this other over here. Hold on. Where is it? Yeah, so my Pioneer has a home. So River hooked me up. What a great dude that guy is.
He's an amazing human being.
And guys, what I keep saying, okay, somebody said to me, oh crap, I just threw it across the room. Hang on. Somebody said to me, $100 for a piece of leather. First of all, do yourself a favor, save up the money and get on River's books. When it's your turn, this guy sends you pictures and videos of the process of your slip being made. He will send you, look, I did this. This is where I'm at. I did the antiquing. I did this. And he'll stitch it up and send you a final picture and then send it to you. And it is such a cool process.
Yeah, and you're not paying $100 for a piece of leather. You're paying $100 for labor. You know, there's labor involved in that, skilled labor.
100%. This is handmade. I've already noticed things on mine that when I look at other pictures, mine looks a little bit different than some of the other ones. So that's really cool. And to me, you can get a good match. I mean, this guy and this is perfect. So
his stuff is of the highest quality. You know, it's like, amazing. Look, if that kind of thing, if you find it attractive, then you're going to be happy with what you get.
And if you don't want to spend that much, Troy does really good stuff for $40.
I mean, it's an apple and an orange. You know, with Troy, you're getting something more. Yeah, you're getting something more minimalistic, but you're getting some of the finest leathers. It's thinner.
Oh yeah,
but you're getting some of the finest leathers. You're getting hand stitching, and you're getting his signature design. Yeah, but there's not as much time in this as there is in that. The amount of time River puts into those is substantial, and all the tools he's purchased in order to do all that work, like. There's nowhere. Where else do you even get a slip like that? I don't think anybody's even making anything.
My wife and I were talking about that. We were talking because I have one of his trays. I can't get to it right now that I'm going to be giving away. And she's just like, "Who does stuff like that?" And I'm like,
"No one right now.
I don't know of anybody but him. I mean, he's just phenomenal. And JB has one with skulls on it. I'd like to get him to make me one like that. You know, when I get it, like, you know. Maybe I could get one. I already have a slip for my vampire, but you know, something like that would be really cool with the skulls on it. And then of course I love my one that he did for my feel good. It's just perfect. And by the way, this is still my favorite. This gets more pocket time than any other knife of yours, but you know, there's a lot of them that still get a bunch of pocket time.
I'm tempted to do another design like that with like a thinner handle because I like that one, and I got a lot of great people kept picking it up on the table and being like, "Ooh, I really like this. Like, I like the way this feels in my hand. It's like a pen or a pencil. Like, it's thinner, but it's not too thin." And I'm like, "Yes, exactly." And so many knives are so much wider. So, you know, it's a small envelope for me to work in, but I can come up with something.
Yeah. And again, it kind of lends to this type of blade shape. So I'm all on board. If you want to do something thin with similar blade shapes to this, yep, I'm on your train there.
I could also stick a different
They're saying
blade.
I'm boring you, man.
No, you guys, I'm tired. I've been running hard since Thursday.
Yeah, we'll let you go here in a little bit, man.
No, it's all right. It's just if I'm looking like I'm starting to fade, it's because I am. So
yep, you're like me usually, so that's fine. Yeah. Ooh, that would be cool, Tim. Venom and Gunslinger get the most pocket time, and Tim suggests maybe a coping style blade shape. That would be cool.
Yeah, wouldn't it be tremendously different from what's on there now?
No, not really.
more of like a
I
angle
guess
as opposed to a
yeah,
curve.
coping is a little more straight
Yeah,
up and
vertical.
down
Yeah.
than like this. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Or even
wouldn't
like a
be
long,
a
skinny
huge difference.
Warncliffe would be cool.
Would be cool, very much like a sax kind of shape or something like that. Yeah. But again, back to this guy. Seriously, hit River up on Instagram. You're not going to be dissatisfied.
No.
This is quality. What's different about this, Ben, is Troy makes his slips so you can just reach in and grab them. And as a matter of fact, please don't look at mine because when Troy makes them for everybody else, he leaves some knife exposed. I like mine down in there, so he makes them longer for me because I'm weird. But Rivers, you kind of have to squeeze it to get your knife out, and it's because the leather is thicker, and you know it's a completely different experience in a slip. It's really cool, and then when it's in there, it's in there. It ain't coming out unless you squeeze it. So yeah, just check him out. We're gonna do, by the way, Ben, you'll enjoy this. River and I've talked about it. I gotta give him some notice, but he's gonna make some slips in different stages. Like he's gonna have one in where he starts, he's gonna have one that he just needs to do a little more punching on. He's gonna have one that just needs, and he's gonna we're gonna do an hour of my live stream, and he's going to take us through the process of building a slip.
That's cool.
So like the old cooking shows where they used to, they had 5 different dishes to get you one complete dish out the door, kind of thing. So he wants to do that. So I told him I'd give him some time to kind of build that up. And then I'm trying to do more of that kind of stuff. I just got a TS Prof sharpener. Freak Show, when he comes up for the QC, is going to help me set it up. And then we're going to do a little video on that. And then Jared Neve is going to come on a live stream and do some sharpening demos and tutorial kind of thing. I think that kind of stuff is really interesting. It's kind of harder to show on camera a little bit in these kind of setups, but at the same time, we'll figure it out and make it enjoyable for everybody. Trying to do so. When I approached River thinking he'd tell me I was crazy, and he loved the idea. He was like, that's too cool. So he's really excited to do that. My favorite is the midnight. Yeah, the midnight is absolutely fantastic. And I think, Ben, would you say probably top 5 most popular, probably? Or
I can't. It's not a data driven comment because
no,
production run numbers
just
have
kind of
changed, so it's like apples to oranges. But yes, I would say
there it is.
I would say so. I would say Midnight's definitely top 5, if not top 3.
It's just so unique. Really cool shapes on the handle. Just
it strikes a really good balance
blade
between modern and traditional, between simple and aesthetically pleasing. Like when you can have something that has just not a bunch of lines, but they're arranged in just a way so that it looks really, really, really cool. And it's like, man, wow, something that's relatively simple just ticks all the boxes.
Yeah, the thing that's the most exciting to me about all this, here's Jeremy. The Benny's clip lives in my pocket, and the Pioneer has been in my other pocket since it came in. Very cool.
Right on.
Yeah, the Benny's clip's a cool one too. It's bigger, but I really dig it. The Venom's another one I really love, but now I don't remember what I was about to say. I lost.
You were talking about simple lines and looking good.
Yeah, I don't know. It just fell off my head. No, what I was going to say is what's most exciting about this is the buzz in the community as a whole over slip joints.
Yeah.
Ben, we've talked about this 100 times. Everybody's probably sick and tired of hearing about it. I mean, to me, slip joints had kind of disappeared into the background for me. And locking knives became all, I carried a Buck, little small Stockman for 5 years. Almost every day, and then kind of really got into locking knives like crazy, and slip joints went beep, And you came in and you go, yeah, but if you tried some of these real slip joints and sent me a bunch of GECs and stuff, and I think not, and I'm not taking credit for this. You're taking credit for this. And you and now Austin and others just bringing slip joints into more every man's pocket and bringing them into modern materials and cool stuff. I think it's super cool to see in this community and not just all locking knives. I think it's cool.
Yeah, I mean, more choices is good. Like we all love the feeling we get when we discover something that we enjoy. Like that's a great feeling, especially when it's a new frontier, right? Like, oh, button lock for the first time, or oh, my first switchblade, or whatever. Like that feeling of doing something new is the best. And being able to introduce people to slip joints has been amazing. And I'm still wowed by how many people actually don't even know what the hell they are, let alone have never owned one. Dude, we go to these shows and there's people who never seen one before. Now, sometimes you got to remind them, well, you've seen a Swiss Army knife, right? Oh, yeah, But a traditional knife that has this form factor,
they haven't seen it. Nope, I agree. And like I was saying, I mean, and then Austin came out, and what you did inspired the rest of the community, because we've got a QSP knife here with fat carbon on it, for Pete's sake. And this thing is wonderful. Friggin' hollow grind as well. Just crazy what has happened to slip joints. And again, I know you don't like to hear all this stuff, but I give you complete credit for this. And what I say all the time to Ben, guys, and my thing is, Treddy, this is a guy that went from not having a knife company to producing a knife every month. And I can't even fathom how. And by the way, he started to do them and then lost his OEM and started over. So don't forget that part.
We had some road what do we call them? Speed bumps, roadblocks in the beginning.
Kind of jumped over.
I appreciate the compliment, man. I really do. And Ruff, I don't know, man. If I need investment, maybe I'll sell you some shares down the road. But no, all joking aside, I think it's great. It was a big risk to bet hard on slip joint knives because a lot of people just felt like there's no market for that. But I really believe, like, the much to the extent that I enjoy these things, a good one, other people will too.
And you know what? Look at the chat right this minute. I got somebody, not picking on people, but I got somebody saying I own 0 slip joints and I plan to keep it that way. I got somebody saying I have twice as many slip joints as I do modern folders, been collecting for 30 years. I got people saying I got several slip joints and mostly locking. It's all good, man. What for any of you guys, what you like is what you like, and I totally get it. And if you don't want to slip joint, then don't do it.
I think we can all agree that we like to have choices. We like to have options.
Absolutely. That is
I think regardless of our preferences.
Right. This is the golden age of knives right now. Are you kidding me?
No doubt.
Everybody has a choice. There's some of everything in every price range. And now we've got crazy materials coming into pocket knives. I mean, even 5 years ago, even just something fairly simple like this G-Mascus I put on the microburst. I mean, come on. We got really cool budget options, really cool high-end options. Even, I've been showing a lot of autos lately. I mean, there's so much stuff out here. It's just whatever you like, there's something for you. Even you fixed blade guys out there, there's so many knives being made right now. It's not even funny. There you go, David. What's the pup's name? I can't remember.
Oscar,
that's right.
Yep. He's 2 years old. He was 2 years old back in June. So
there you go. Well, Oscar looks very happy to be being scratched right now. That's good.
He was
Oscar,
by himself for a little while, and then he decided he needed attention, so he showed up.
He's like, nope, I'm here. Hey,
David,
Ken, thank you. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna thank him for entering my giveaways, and I thought maybe I could just plug that real quick.
Oh yeah, do it.
We promote them on Instagram, but you don't have to be on Instagram to enter. We do 2 giveaways a month. So if I'm dropping little bros, we'll give away 2 little bros. One for the first couple weeks, and then immediately thereafter, we'll do another giveaway that runs for a couple weeks.
Yep.
And you can sign up for that at jackwolfknives.com/pages/giveaway, or you just go to my link tree and the link is there. And yeah, I mean, we get a lot of entries, so try not to get upset if you don't win, because there's
Right.
hundreds of entries in one knife, but you
And
can't
he's
win if
doing
you
them
don't
every
play.
month. So yeah,
2 a month. So
right. D. Sharon, I think you're right. I think that's a lot when people hear about. I would encourage you guys, find a way to get one of Ben's knives in your hand, or even one of the ones from TPK or something. It's a different vibe than your dad's old timer or a Rough Rider or whatever it is.
well,
And
yeah,
again, nothing wrong with
and
those knives.
look, and
Nothing.
if you're unsure about the form factor, don't start with a Jack Wolf. Start with a
Right.
Rough
Well,
Rider.
good point.
Start with something under $60. Start with a Rosecraft. Just see if and get used to opening and closing it and carrying a knife without a pocket clip, because those are going to be your biggest immediate differences. Is like, okay, this thing opens and closes with 2 hands, and I don't have a pocket clip, and give yourself time to get used to that, and you might be surprised how much you really like it.
Yeah, and there
then
are choices. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, and then if you're the type of person who likes to go deep in the rabbit hole, well, start doing some research on all the different patterns, which are handle shapes, and like the blade shapes that go with them, and see if you get into the collector side of it, the information side of it, and if that's all still interesting to you, when you're ready, upgrade. See what you get when you spend more, because you do get more. You get better fit and finish, typically better materials.
So Ken and Bluminati, thank you for being long-term members. I appreciate it very much. Thank you guys. It was your Dolica salute. Xander, I want to touch on your comment. I literally own every Jack Wolf model. I do not use my thumbnails. Even on this one, it's an easy pinch because these are hollow grinds. You just pinch and pull. That's it. You do not need to use your thumbnails. If you want to, you can. I do not. I have very thin thumbnails, and if I did it, I would bust them every time. I pinch every one of Ben's models. I do not.
And so do I.
Yeah.
And I mean, you certainly can use your thumbnails, but they're all designed to pinch. And like Casey said, the hollow grind plus the nail nicks on these things are crisp.
Correct.
Like they're not all rounded over in a tumbler. They're really crisp. So when you get your thumb, just pinch where the nail nick is, and your thumb will sink into that nail nick, and dude, pinch it and rip it.
The comp me one and I'll try it for a year. Okay. Good request, dude. But hey, pizza operator, welcome. And for everybody else I've missed, there's 82 folks in here. Hey, Christopher Wheeling. Someday I'll pick up a Jack Wolf, have to respect it. Yep, definitely. Joe Kasperick, hello. Lots of people in here. But there's a couple of them that are a little tougher to pinch, like the Pioneer. But I can still do them. So it's not, I don't use the nail nick I use it, but I don't use it for my thumb nail.
Yep. But they do work. If you're used to using a nail nick, it's there.
It works. Yeah. So what I was going to say is you were making a comment about all kinds of options. I just had Kevin's Serge Panchenko slip 7 in here, and that's got a clip on it. That thing is ultra freaking thin, has this really cool clip. I like the clip. Kevin changed the clip, and then anyway, whatever. Kevin's a different bird, but that's a cool option too. There's just so many options for slip joints. So if you absolutely only carry things with clips, there you go. there's options out there for you as well.
True. Sturge is
There
a
you
really
go.
cool dude.
I met him
welcome,
one
Ken.
time, I think. Yeah, it's I think, and I always appreciate you, Ben, because you brought me into slip joints, you know, because I didn't know anything about it. And if you hadn't have sent me some of your knives, and you, for those of you that don't know, Ben and I, every time he would send knives to me, we would do a video chat and sit here and he would run through them with me. Because again, I get it. Not all of us understand everything about all the slip joints. And I think for a lot of people, it's just getting over that hump. Does that make sense, Ben?
Yeah, it's correct. I mean, we're usually, it's a word how am I trying to say this? We're not always throwing at ourselves at things that are new or unfamiliar to us. We stay in our comfort zones, right? Most people, like, that's human nature. So it can be overwhelming. You're like, oh, I want to try a slip joint. Well, where do I even start? You
Right.
know, who makes them? What's good? What's bad? Is this worth the money? You know, so it's like, I'm happy with what I got. So to bring people over, it's got to be attractive and it's got to be intriguing, you know, and there's got to be people preaching it. And so that's kind of my job, is like, hey, these are awesome. I'm going to preach it. I'm going to spread the gospel. If I got to send KC some knives so he can see it firsthand, and we're going to do a video call, and I'm going to answer his questions and give him the terminology, you know, get him comfortable.
And he still screws it up.
Yeah, but I mean, bro, look how far you've come.
Yep.
And then you start espousing what you like about it, right? And then Kevin starts espousing what he likes about it. And before long, it's like, hey, it's not just one guy. There's a chorus here now, kind of singing the same song. And no one's trying to sell you a bill of goods. You know, this is what it is. They're pretty freaking cool. They got their own place. So
I totally appreciate you doing that, because I had, you know, again, here I got to show this thing. I knew my dad's slip joints and lockbacks, which were all complete garbage. My dad just didn't care. Oh, come on, where is it? I got too much. So this is the one. This is the buck, and it's a for those of you that actually know about these, it's a buck 375. And this is just
Stockman.
a little, it's a small Stockman. I carried this thing. This was the only knife I had for like 3 or 4 years. Wasn't 5, but no half stop, no anything. So I didn't know anything about good. I mean, no offense to Buck. This is a decent knife, and it cuts and you know, feels good in the hand and all that stuff. Very sleek. But you know, this was when I thought about slip joints. This is what I thought of.
Right.
And we're in a totally different place now.
Yep.
So it's nothing wrong with this, of course. I mean, if somebody wants to carry one of these now, I've carried this a couple times, even recently. Just, you know, nostalgia, if you will. But Rough Rider is the best foray into slip joints, very high quality, reasonable cost. Yep, absolutely. They've kind of cooled off. Look at that. We got Dylan Mallory in here. They've kind of cooled off on their Rough Rider reserves for a little while here, it seems, but maybe they'll get back into those here in a little bit. And then Rosecraft, obviously, there you go. What's up, Dylan? I hope everything's going good, man. All right,
hey, Dylan, good to see you, dude.
If you're tired, man, we can wrap you up out of here. I am going to do a giveaway here in a few minutes, but I definitely want to respect your time. I know you're pooped.
Well, I'll tell you what, give anybody a chance to ask me any last minute questions.
Yep.
And but otherwise, it might be a good time. I got to actually walk him still. My wife usually does the evening walks, but she's been doing double duty while I'm gone, and she's out of steam too. She actually crashed. So
I bet.
I don't want to leave this guy without his walk. I'll feel guilty.
No, we don't want to do that. Hey, and look, we got Sharif in here as well. What's up, Sharif?
What up, Sharif?
Yeah, we got everybody coming in here.
That's a PARTY.
Yeah, it is a party. It is. So very good. There's 92 folks in here. And again, like I said, we'll get to the giveaway. But if you have a question for Ben, well, then I guess I don't know what I'm talking about, David. Apparently Rough Rider just dropped a bunch of their reserves. So I guess I'm out. No further questions for Ben. Just want to thank him for his time, energy, and openness to hang with us. Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, Tim. Always, man.
Elephant toe-shaped blade, says Robert Raynone.
You know what? It's starting to become one of the most requested patterns. So if anybody wants something, you got to be the squeaky wheel, because that's where I'll start to consider what to work on. Elephant toed like a sunfish, kind of a big, like a whaler, big, wide, equal end slip joint. And I kind of see in my mind how I do it Jack Wolf style. It'd be kind of weird, and hopefully it'd fit in a tube. So knowing me, if it didn't, I'd get a tube that it fit it and then do it all special. But I do not want to do that to myself, because new tube, new black box. Now they can't fit the same amount in the cardboard box that I ship to the dealers. And oh my gosh.
Yeah, Ben does rock. You got that right.
Well,
now, one that I've always been wanting to ask you about and keep forgetting to tell you about, Ben, have you ever seen a single blade canoe?
That's the other pattern I get asked about the most is a canoe.
I don't like double blades that much, but
they're typically a double bladed knife. Canoe.
Yep.
And they share one spring.
Yep. Correct. This one's got two, but
it does.
It's a Rough Rider. It's a Rough Rider, but it's got two springs. Very light.
Yeah.
Very light. It's got a pin and
well, you know me, if I did it, I'd probably do it as a single blade first.
Yeah, I'm just curious, has anybody ever done a single?
I don't know, because it's the canoe shape obscures the tang when it's closed, right? Like close it, and does it hide the tang corner that's usually sticking out? That's what it does.
Yeah, because it actually has where the end is hidden.
Right.
Right.
So it's like if you have, these knives, if you put them in your pocket and this corner is exposed, this can create like a little sharp spot, could rip your pocket. Yep. I mean, the leather slip negates it. But that's what the canoe does.
You're talking about. Yeah.
So it's more sleek. So it'd be kind of weird to have that feature on the other. You got to have it on both ends. So it makes it look like a canoe.
Yeah.
But then you'd have that feature hiding nothing.
Yep. Well, what attracted me to this one was the blue bone. I don't know what it is about blue dyed bone. I just really dig it.
Yeah, I don't blame you, man.
It's gorgeous. And the canoe is less single than me, says Lanasso. That's good. That is good. So the Rosecraft kayak is basically a single-bladed canoe, says Matthew Russell.
All right.
Interesting.
Cool. I'll take a look at that.
Yep. Hey, Crispy Critter, thanks again. Oh, there's your squeak, Ben. Hawkbill, squeak, squeak. And then I think there was another squeaker up here I missed. Where were you, Tim?
Multi-blades and a U.S. made Jack Wolf. That was Tready.
Small Jack Wolf, more small models, says Tim B. Hoping for a rope knife or a hawkbill, Cheeto says. I want to not miss, since we asked for questions, I want to go back and not miss them.
Yeah, those are all good suggestions, guys, and I appreciate it. I mean, the cool thing is it's usually about the same 4 or 5 things that I hear, and that's one of them too, a bigger one. So it's like the ones I get the most are bigger one, hawk in no particular order, bigger one, hawkbill, canoe, elephant toe. Those are probably the foremost. And sometimes guys will ask for a serpentine, like a Stockman pattern. And I've tried to draw that a couple times and it never looks right. I think I gotta work on that some more, because that's one I tried to do in the beginning because it's such a classic.
The Jack Wolf backstroke. That's funny. Hey JR, good to see you. Definitely very, very good. Yeah, there's so many things out there that you could do, but you got to do what makes sense, man. I get it completely.
And really, the near term priority for me is on the locking knife side. I want to develop out that product line. That would be my priority, just so you guys know. Why don't you guys tell me which of my slip joint patterns you would like to see as a locking knife? Someone mentioned the Midnight earlier, but I'd like to know which other ones you guys would want to
Venom
buy.
and Midnight. Venom and Midnight. That would be the two that popped into my head. But what about you guys?
Yeah, that would be really good feedback for me.
Delta says waiting for the Cyborg V2. Pioneer.
Okay.
So two Pioneers of Feel Good. I don't know if you could do a locking Feel Good. I would like to see Ben try, though. Venom.
The K9.
Vote for the Venom. The dog. The
that'd be the
K9. Yeah. Yep. Something spear pointy.
So yeah, Vampire is very spear pointy. K9 spear pointy.
Laid back. I mean, not laid back. Low drag. Wow.
Lanny's clip fan. So that'd be the Benny's clip.
I can't remember anything with a Warncliffe or a Sax. Yeah.
Warncliffes are going to be the laid back Jack and the Venom.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of
Venom and Midnight.
Okay,
Venom and Cyborg. Here, I'll get a Venom out so some of the people can see what a Venom is.
All right. This is great feedback, guys. I appreciate it.
I just saw my Venom right here, I think. Nope. Nothing's ever is that easy. That is not a Venom, Casey. I'm the worst. All right. Maybe I won't get the Venom out. There we go. Nope. That is the K9. Jeez. I look in the end of the knife and I'm like, that's it. And it's not. Because I know what the shape at the end looks like. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Thank goodness. No, jeez. I gotta give up. Okay. Well, we're not going to see the Venom because Casey's too idiotic to actually.
Wait, I can get one out.
You could probably get it quicker than me. Yeah, hold on.
I can. I got my knife roll right here from the show. Here it is.
Okay.
Here's the Venom.
Good gosh. And of course, right when you did that, I found it. No, I didn't. That is not it either. Maybe I lost it. I think I may have lost it.
You better not lose it.
It's here. What is happening? Anyway.
Don't get too distracted, Casey.
I am. You know me better than that, Ben. Jeez. All right, I'm not looking for it anymore. It is in this drawer. By the way, just so you guys know what I'm looking through, it looks like that. So, pretty pathetic. So, good luck finding anything in that drawer.
Well, I appreciate the feedback, everybody. Thank you.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, Venom again. Midnight, take my money. Yeah, I mean, Midnight locking would be very cool. Locking Venom, locking Midnight, lockback options, Venom, Cyborg. Yeah, so now you've got some lockback requests there.
Man,
too.
I tell you what, lockback, that's something I kind of skipped over the lockback and went right to the bolster lock, but certainly something I can leverage these designs to do would be to implement lockbacks. They're different internally, mechanically. They're different. They have a leaf spring. Oh, they have a different type of spring, and they have a different tang design where the lock mechanism is and all that. So I got to learn that. That's easier said than done. All right, Casey. Well, how about it's a good time for me to bounce?
Okay, sounds good to me, man. Look, I always appreciate you you taking the time to come on here, and really, really appreciate it. Hey, look, I didn't lose it. It's in the drawer. I just can't find it at the moment. Don't bust my chops any worse than you already do, people. All right, Ben. Thank you again. Go walk the dog and get some rest, brother.
Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate you guys. Check out Jack Wolf Knives Worldwide on Facebook. Just wanted to plug the group.
Yeah. So let's recap real quick, real fast. Friday, the 17th, 2 p.m. Eastern, Little Bro Jack, at dealers. You got Jack Wolf Knives Worldwide on Facebook. Join that group. And then you've got a Instagram giveaway going on. So check that out, Jack Wolf Knives on Instagram. So we definitely want to hit that one more time. So very cool and really appreciate you being on. All right. Later, dude.
Later.
See ya. All right, guys, let's start working towards doing a giveaway here. U.S. addresses only. I want to start with that. I know that's Cosmic Killjoy, but it's just the way it is. And whoops, here is your hashtag, bro. So yeah, give me a bro. And that's not the right one. And that's not the right one. That's the right one. All right. That's what I was looking for. Hashtag bro. Which one is that? That doesn't look the way that looks. All right, fine. So hashtag bro. And we're going to do the giveaway pretty quickly because I am tired. Now, one quick thing. I just realized a few minutes ago, and that was one of the things I was writing down. Hey, Ed Harrison, I hadn't seen you in here. Hey, Double D10. Jason Rogers. There's a lot of lurkers in here tonight. Tim H. Paul Bessemer. Lots of people popping up. Siva, hello. Laura, hello. Terry, I saw you earlier. Very cool. Good to see everyone. But I am not going to be available for Weekend Review yet again this week. I am very sorry. Work is kicking my ever-loving butt. I cannot be available. Now, I might look to do a short live stream on Thursday if I can at that same lunchtime time. I've been working from home for the last week and a half because there's been a ton of people sick at work. So if I get a chance to do a lunchtime live on Thursday, I will let you know. Hey, Derek, what's going on? Wayne, hello, hello. 104 folks in here. Good to see all of you. So I will try to do something Thursday if I can. But I will definitely be live next Monday night, probably by myself. I don't have anybody lined up at this point. Yeah, Tim, you can do that, but just which job? This is two different jobs bugging the crap out of me. So not a channel. What is going on? No, it's not sis, it's bro. Oh, come on, man. Hey, Big Jimpin. Very cool. Great to see so many folks in here. It is awesome. Yeah, don't forget to don't forget to hit the like button. Oh, very cool, Terry. I don't even, where is that? Hold on, Terry. I got to look that up. Should I know where that is? Raphigne. I think I do, but it's just not. Okay, yeah. It's actually not. Well, hold on. Super near where I am. But it is, Casey. In the world, where am I? So basically, you're in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, you're not far from me. You are correct. now that I actually zoomed out, you're about an hour away from where I'm at. So not too bad at all. All right, gotta close that, but don't close the wrong thing. Gotta close that, but don't close the wrong thing. All right, bro is your hashtag. U.S. addresses only. I need to do that, Anasso. That's funny. Oh, let's go over this one more time. If you are interested in a Tempest Knives hat, go over and hit up Forrest. Go to edcroundtable.com or just send him a DM on Instagram, Forrest SLR, FORRESTSLR, FORRESTSLR on Instagram. He can, any hats he has, he can put a Tempest logo on for you. So check him out. If you're interested in getting one, please do. I know a lot of you have been begging for hats. Make it happen. Show them to me to send me a picture. Derek, I did that earlier, but let's do it again because I know a lot of people weren't here earlier. Hey, Guillaume, what's up, man? Oh, by the way, The 13,000 subscriber giveaway will be posting in the next couple of days. I recorded it. I just don't have it ready yet. So Jetstream update. They are on the way. They will be here soonish. We will get them QC'd as quickly as possible. The priority is the people that pre-ordered, and I've had your money and you funded this project. We will QC yours as quickly as we can and get them off, but we're going to do them right. Just like every step of this process, we're going to make sure you get a good knife that is done right and it doesn't have problems. And we will check them out, get them QC'd and off to you. No, there's no Tempest hat in the giveaway. That's my model hat. Matter of fact, let's put it on for a minute. Even though it's still got the sticker on it. We're going to just put it on. And so they will be to you soon. Then after the pre-orders are fulfilled and I have a little bit of time to take pictures, to make the listings, then we will post what's left as a drop. So there you go. All right, let's guys, let's make it 1 minute till we do this giveaway drawing. I'm just going to show you what's in it after we draw. How about that? Because I haven't gotten there yet. So we're gonna go ahead and draw. Oh no, what the heck? While we're waiting, we'll go ahead and go through this. So huge pack of swag. Now there is not. Hey Tyler, you okay? Okay. There's huge pack of swag. There's an O fan bracelet. There's a O Father patch here. Love these patches. Think there might be a big red patch in here. There's a Smoky Mountain Knife Works. Oh, come on. Gnome, hunting gnome patch in here. There's so much stuff in here. And there is Butter Knives Fast number 129 signed by the T-Rex. And all the Knives Fast and Tempest stickers as well. Some issuing stitches, buttons, so on and so forth. You have a Tool Along sailboat donated by our friend Tim B. So nice of you to do. Very cool. All right. And yeah, no, it's a lot of stickers. And then our flashlight is the i3E EOS in orange. And then our knife tonight is a Bestech Skirmish. Warnicliffe here. Very aggressive looking Warnicliffe in G10. Very cool knife. Very well made by Bestech, of course. Bam. Flipper and hole design. Bam. There you go. So that is your giveaway knife in the green with a black stripe there. Very cool. There is no bunny tonight. Ashlyn is at work and she has been working and going to school. So there is no bunny tonight. Do I need to draw one again? Do y'all want me to draw one again? If you do, I'll draw one. Tell you what, whoever wins, you tell me whether you want me to draw something. And if you do, I'll draw something goofy for you. But no bunny tonight from Ash. She's slam right now. Sorry. All right, let's do the drawing in 10 seconds. So if you have not entered, hashtag bro with a capital B. You guys are don't need another bone bunny. Okay. Okay, fine. I mean, it was horrible last week. I did my best. It was pretty bad. All right, I'll use a pencil this time. Maybe it'll work better if I use a pencil. They're all not sharp, though. That one is. All right, here we go. In 5, 4, a 3, a 2, a 1. Bam! 89 entries. Let's see who our winner is going to be. Mike Jernak. Mike Jernak. Very cool, Mike. Mike, do you want a drawn bunny from KC, or would you rather not? Would you rather be spared the pain and agony of a as everybody called it last week, a meth bunny, like Maddie's meth cat? I try to be fun, Derek. Look, here's the thing. I work all day and I got too much going on. If I can't have a little bit of fun, then it's pretty crazy. Yeah, congrats, Mike. Very much. Very, very good. So what do you think, Mike? If you want me to draw one, I will draw it for you because I'm that nice. No, I'm really not. Very cool. Mike Jernak is our winner. He's here. Yes, I do. And thanks, everyone. All right, I will draw one in just a moment here, and we'll get you something. Uh-oh. Oh, no. That's fine. All right. So thank you guys very, very much. By the way, I wanted to mention one more thing. I've had a few people say my description on my videos is a little confusing. So I spent some time over the last few days tweaking it. So let me know if they're a little bit better and a little easier to read. The people demand a rabbit. Yep. Mrs. C, if you think I'm cute, you probably need to go to the eye doctor. No offense. But I don't even know if my wife thinks I'm cute. So we'd have to ask her. She's not down here right now. Yeah, congrats to Mr. Jernak for sure. All right, guys, definitely give me a thumbs up on your way out. Now, if you could, please consider on a regular basis doing the same thing on my videos. Watch them, like and comment and all that stuff. And thank you again. We are now at 13,192 subs, and we were just at 13 last Monday night. So a weekend, 192 extra subs. That is pretty phenomenal. So thanks to you guys. Chuck, I wouldn't know how to live without being confused. I have no idea how that works. So if you want to tell me, that would be because I don't know. Now, the one thing I was going to say, guys, we talk about double-bladed knives. They are much harder to pinch. So you do have to kind of use a nail nick on a double-bladed knife a lot of the time. So anyway, just something to consider. David, appreciate you, my friend. I didn't even see you. So thank you. And Mechanical Rabbit Hole as well. Papa Rhino. Man, you guys are all here. This is so cool. Oh, Mike, you didn't need to do that, my friend. Oh, good grief. Mike, thank you for all you do for the channel, for being a member, for the $10 super chat. Here is your Dolica salute. Mike's a cool dude. Everybody say thank you to Mike. And guys, I'm going to get off here. I'm going to prep. Mike, you go ahead and send me that email so I make sure I have your address. I know I do, but trust me, it's way easier. So it's knivesfast@gmail.com. If you send me that email, I will copy, paste, get it ready for you, and it will be to you on the way. I'll get you a tracking number, and we'll go from there. So please, Mike, please do that. Hey, Father, thanks for ordering that hat, man. That's too cool. And anybody else, if you get a hat, definitely post a picture on social media and let me see. And Mike, what? All right, Jim, what are you trying to say? Jim with the $10 super chat. Mike Bairb me. Mike Bairb me. Mike, I don't know what you're saying. But there you go. Jim, there's your Dolica salute. Thank you for the donation, my friend. Jim is the best. You guys are all awesome, man. So Dan, somebody was telling me that he doesn't have them listed on his website. So the best thing to do would be to send Forrest a message on Instagram. Tim, do you know if he's got his email address where folks can see it? Let's see. I'm going to go back and see what he said here. Oh, one more very important thing. If you haven't left yet, don't leave. I got a brief announcement. A brief announcement. All right. So he says, I can put a Tempest logo on any hat if somebody wants. Just have them message me on Instagram or on edcroundtable.com. So there's got to be an email address listed on EDC Roundtable. So you guys, Mrs. C is blind. I didn't call her blind. Yeah, so definitely just shoot him a message, ask what kind of hats he's got, and go from there. No, I'm not gonna forget, Rawhead. I will not forget. So December the 18th is being declared Community Be Up Day. And I am so fortunate that December 18th falls on a Monday night. Guys, Jason Brown was a huge part of this channel from the get-go. Jason was here first in the chat every time when I started this stream. Jason encouraged me every chance he got. I want to spend December 18th. Maddie's going to come on. I might have a couple other people come on. We're going to talk about this community. We'll talk about knives, sure. But we're going to talk about you guys. We're going to talk about how you guys lift each other up. We're going to talk about DSKFS. We're going to have some fun, and we're going to celebrate the life of Jason Brown. Oh, Scarlett, we need you. We do. We need you. So one of the ladies in the chat said I was cute, and I told her she needed glasses. And so I said, not even my own wife thinks I'm cute. So what do you think?
You're cute.
Oh, well, look, my wife just said I'm cute. I said she probably doesn't think I'm cute. So she rolled her eyes. I am cute, she says. I'm cute. I sound like, is it Rudolph, Scarlett? She said I'm cute. Oh, gosh. A cute dork, yes. So I'm a dork, but I'm cute. That's great. Thank you. There's no email address. All right. So tell you what. Here's what we're gonna do. I will. Do you have an email folks can use? All right. So here's what I'll do because I'm getting ready to get off this stream. I'm already late. We'll give him 3 or 4 minutes to answer here. And if he doesn't answer, I will put it as a community post on my channel. You guys know where the community posts come up. I'll just put his email. Hey, if you're interested in one of these hats, contact him here. So we'll see if he answers. I did say Rudolph. Didn't I say Rudolph? That's a cute boomer. Oh, man. Come on. No, she's not going to come on here, so I'm not going to embarrass her. I didn't embarrass her. She just gave me the dirty look of course you're cute. I wouldn't be with you if you weren't cute, right? Is that what that look was?
Just for all your riches.
Oh, it was for my money.
Yeah.
And then she found out I was broke. Okay, so here's Forrest on Instagram. If you're on Instagram, hit him there. Go send him a DM. If you're not on Instagram, I'm trying to get you an email address. So he's not going to answer me right now. Good night, cutie pie. Oh, gosh. You guys are the worst. Yeah, Papa, I'm between my 3 jobs or whatever. I'm running about 70 hours a week. It's usually September, October, November, December are pretty bad for me. December's not as bad. And then it kind of picks up in January, February, March, and then a little bit in April and May. But yeah, it's a lot going on. Early bird dinner. Yeah, have a good rest. Very good. All right, let's give him one more second here. We're going to give him 30 seconds. And if Forrest doesn't answer, I'll post it on a community post if he has one. No, he's cute. We'll just change it to that. You want to? Yes, Kevin Cute. That's exactly my name. Now I'm getting picked on for being cute. The cute fast channel. Oh my goodness. No, I'm not going to name it. Oh, we need to talk about that too. All right. People are stealing my names for my knives. I saw where Sharp by Design has a derecho coming out. It's my fault. I hedged on that one and didn't put it out right away. But I'm working on the derecho here, guys. And he just stole it. Oh. So now I got to rename that one too. I already had to rename the Vortex because Max Ace took it. And now I got to rename that one. I'm like, stop it, people. Don't take my knives. My name's whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. All right. Forrest is not answering, so I'm going to wrap it up. So, Mike Jernak, don't forget to send me that email. There will not be a live stream Friday. I will see if I can do one at lunchtime on Thursday, but no promises. And then I will be back Monday night. So there are your plans. And there are jet streams on the way. So I will let you know, and we will get them moving. So thank you guys for all your support. Please give this a thumbs up, comment after it posts. And guys, go over to Instagram, and if you follow Keith the Knife Free, give him a hard time about not being here tonight. And I also forgot to remind you guys about, I never showed my pocket check. Don't forget the Finch Runtley XL. These are available as we speak. Go check them out at dealers. These are phenomenal. Phenomenal. Very good. All right, guys. Gotta go. See you later. Thank you so much for watching the Knives Fast channel.